Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Jeff from the Suns and Shadows podcast coming at you with a pickups video for January. Since the last time we did this, we have decided we're going to go ahead and shift these to like a monthly video, and we're just going to start breaking down some movies for reviews. So, starting next week, you're going to start seeing some physical media release reviews from me. And I like my MVD rewind titles, and I got a couple that one I haven't seen before and one I have seen before, and I'm very happy to get it. The one I haven't seen, we're going to kick off with The Last American Virgin. This is supposed to be one of those raunchy comedies from the 80s, and I'm a sucker for those, and so I'm working my way on checking a bunch of them out. I have like Revenge of the Nerds, Fast Times at Ridgemont High, which is a little more on the serious dramatic side, but this is right up my alley. I totally love these. They're so much fun. And so I'm looking forward to checking this out for the first time. This might be our first review. If you're down for that, put a like on the video, put a comment below. I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. And keeping with the theme, Men at Work with Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez. This is an alright movie. It's a decent comedy, but it's one of the last times you'll ever see these two on screen together in a feature film. And Emilio, not long after this, wasn't really doing too much career in the film on screen anyway. But I like this movie enough that it was totally worth picking this up. And I'm, again, looking forward to checking that out too. And of course, it came out not too long ago, Violent Night with David Harbour. I love this movie. I saw this in the theaters around Christmas with my dad and my wife. We all really enjoyed it, and I'm really pleased with the slipcover on this. I know when they first started putting out the release date for this, it was set for like July, which is completely stupid. Nobody really believed it was going to take 7 or 8 months for it to release. This isn't like 20 years ago when you had to wait 6 months for a movie to come out. But I haven't opened it yet, but I love the slipcover. It came mint from Amazon, so I'm very pleased with that. Also have a digital code in here, so eventually I will release that through a giveaway. So stay tuned to our social media channels. Yes, I'm going to always pimp out social media and our podcast. And we're going to move on to Vestron. Of course, I picked up the Dentist collection. Now, I know I've heard the picture quality on this isn't exactly great, but I never had the DVDs, and I didn't feel like paying the outrageous out-of-print cost for those. And for $11.99, this is worth it for me. I know, like I said, I know the quality isn't really great, but for me, I can deal with that. I still have VHS tapes around here and older DVDs that I watch from time to time because they're not on Blu-ray. And so I'm a sucker for that. I can put up with it because I know that these movies are old. Yes, they could use a great new transfer, but I'll give them a watch and I'll put my thoughts out there somewhere. But Dentist Collection, Corbin Burnson, right on. And of course, it was on a nice little sale, which means it's probably getting a 4K release at some point this year. But the Dirty Harry movie collection. I got the 4-movie collection. This was a great price on Amazon. It was like a little less than $10. And I'm a sucker for these movies. I watched these with my dad when I got him the DVD set like years ago. And so I'm looking forward to actually checking the Blu-rays out on this. I'm not likely to buy 4Ks for every single movie or even upgrade a lot of them. And I know the quality on these is pretty decent. So I went with this. I'm adding it to the collection. If you feel lucky, punk. Duh. And of course, lastly, I picked up Cherry Falls, which was on a recent Amazon sale. It was like I want to say it was $11.99. Could have been $13.99. But I've had this in my cart for a very long time. It wasn't dropping in price for a while. And so there's several titles, but there was more titles available through like Amazon. They had a Scream Shop Factory sale going on, but a lot of them I already had, and this was one that's been on the pile. Cherry Falls, good Michael Biehn slasher flick. You got Jay Moore in here, and you got Brittany Murphy in here, So you got a hell of a cast, and it's a pretty fun movie, and it's got a nice. I'm not going to finish that sentence. You need to watch this movie and see what I'm talking about. But I'm a very big sucker for slasher films. I got Halloween up the wazoo. I got Friday the 13th all around the place. And I love my obscure slashers. I love, ones like this that were trying to work in the modern era that aren't Scream. So I'm always on the lookout for those. Hey, thank you for checking this video out. I know I didn't have a whole lot, but hey, it's the end of January. We're getting into February. There's more to come. And I'm very excited to get into some physical media movie reviews. And like I said, if you want me to cover one of these bad boys, put that comment below. And I'll make it first on the list. Thank you for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button down below. Hit that little bell notification. Like our video, comment, share it if you want. And also be sure to check us out on social media. We're all over the place. And also check out our podcast. We have a fun episode coming up covering Hannibal from Mads Mikkelsen, Brian Fuller. It's been on Netflix, but I think it's on NBC Peacock these days. But it's a hell of a good show if you're into Hannibal Lecter and that style of storytelling. It's a fantastic show, and we're super excited to be covering it on our podcast. All right. Thank you, and we'll see you next time. Make sure you check us out on all of our social media platforms. We got Facebook, Twitter. We are at Suns and Shadows. We're also on Instagram at SunsAndShadowsCast. We are at SunsAndShadows.com. Thank you again, everybody, and we'll see you down the road.